Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today I'm afraid it's even more Orc news. I know, you're sick of it. I know it's October, but come on, what are you doing? Why do you keep talking about this stuff? I like Orcs, I can't help it. So, first bit of Orc news is that Speed Freeks will be up for pre-order on the 20th, which is okay, that's pretty good, although that does mean that I'm pretty sure the Codex won't be up for pre-order until the 27th. That makes the most sense. Which means you won't be able to get your Codex until after October, but I suppose technically you can buy it before the end of October, so it still counts, kind of. Now, an interesting bit of information from the Warhammer community article regarding the Speed Freeks pre-release, what am I talking about, pre-order, is the fact that the buggies in it are exclusive to that box. Now, there's been quite a bit of fuss kicked up about this. The fact that 2 of the new Orc vehicles are apparently exclusive to the Speed Freeks box. They do come with rules for 40k, so they're sort of exclusive, but not really. You can use them in 40k, but you can only get them out of that specific package, which is a little bit odd. But then again, we've already seen this once before, where the Knight Armigers were exclusive to the Forgebane box until they weren't. And then when they weren't, they were available for purchase separately. I am pretty sure, now I'm not going to go ahead and say I'm 100% sure, because actually this time round I'm not, but I'm pretty sure that this is a timed exclusive thing. I suspect what we're going to see is these things are exclusive to Speed Freeks, and then after a while they will be available as separate purchases. I can't see Games Workshop completely cutting off access to 2 vehicles and requiring that you buy a box that comes with 6 bikes as well and is also its own separate game just to get 2 new kits. I don't think that's something that is going to last. I think it's going to be a timed exclusive. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't, and I would be very disappointed if it wasn't as well, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, you can't give Orcs a much needed update in terms of vehicles and then go, but if you're going to buy those 2, you can only buy them together, and you can only buy them with 6 other vehicles that you might not necessarily want or need. That doesn't strike me as being very sensible, so I reckon at some point they will do what they did with the Armigers, and they will be available, actually separately, standalone. The only thing that makes me worried, and the only thing that actually makes me wonder whether that is the case or not, and, kind of makes me a little concerned that it might not be, is the fact that in that same box, Forgebane, we have an example of a model that it does not seem to be available standalone, at least I can't find it, the Cryptek. The Cryptek with the crazy scarab cloak, which I forget what it's actually called. Close enough, crazy scarab cloak, I'm pretty sure that's what the Necrons call it. That is not available for purchase by itself. It's just not available. I have checked, I looked earlier on the Games Workshop site, and you can't get that model by itself. That being said, that is an HQ, that's not a vehicle, but I don't know whether there's an actual distinction there or not. That's the only thing that makes me a little bit concerned that perhaps it's not a timed exclusive, but I'm assuming and hoping that it is. Now, the other bit of Orc news, because we've got to keep this shit rolling, I've had a bit more information from my very friendly, very delightful, lovely source. Would you like to know the stats for the Squigbuggy? The Rukkatrukk Squigbuggy, to be precise. Would you like to know what it can do, what all of its things are? Well, I can tell you, possibly, hopefully. This is what it did when this person playtested the Codex, and they have sent me the unit profile for the Rukkatrukk Squigbuggy. So, I'll tell you what it does, and you can make your judgments and provide your reservations upon it. So, Rukkatrukk Squigbuggy unit consists of 1 to 3 models. It has a movement of 10, weapon skill 4, ability skill 5, strength 5, toughness 6, 9 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 6, and a 4+ save. The vehicle is equipped with a heavy squig launcher and saw blades. Solid. The crew is armed with a squig launcher, shotgun, and stick squigs. So, the heavy squig launcher. When firing, choose one of the following profiles. Bile squig, which is 36-inch range, Assault 2d6, Strength star, AP 0, Damage 1, Weapon always wounds on a 4+, wounds vehicles and Titanic units on a 6+, so that is why there's no Strength profile for it. It always wounds on a 4+, and wounds vehicles and Titanic units on a 6+. assault 2d6 I quite like. So there's also the bitey squig when you fire the heavy squig launcher. That has a range of 36 units again. That is assault 2, strength 5, AP minus 3, damage 2. And there is the boom squig, which again 36-inch range, assault 2d3, strength 6, AP minus 1, and damage d3. So you've got 3 separate kind of weapon profiles for the heavy squig launcher depending on what squig you launch. I quite like that. It's cool, and it obviously does fit the Squigbuggy itself. You can see on the model there's a bunch of different squigs on there. The shotgun has a range of 12 inches. It is assault 2, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1, and if target is within half range, add 1 to this weapon's strength, which I absolutely love. I love that. I genuinely love that. That's so cool. Squig launcher is the same as above, except the bile squig is assault d6, the bitey squig is assault 1, and the boom squig is assault d3. So, yeah, it's the handheld one, basically. So the heavy squig launcher is the vehicle mounted, the squig launcher is the handheld, and it's just half. The range seems to be the same, but the actual number of shots is halved. So instead of assault 2d6 for the bile squig, it's 1d6, and bitey squig is assault 1 instead of assault 2, and boom squig is assault d3 instead of assault 2d3. Nice, a kind of nice reduction in strength without being useless, I think, or like completely mangling the range. It does make sense it would be a similar range. That might be different. I'm trying to stress this more and more. This is from playtesting the codex, so some of this stuff could be different, but so far I am liking this. The stick squid is range 6, and it's grenade, d6, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. I just like the fact that instead of it being just a grenade or like a Molotov or something, it's a stick squig. Because why not? Of course it is. The saw blades, they are melee, funnily enough, because they're saw blades. Strength plus 1, AP minus 1, damage 1. Nice and simple, but they are just saw blades attached to the vehicle. What else would you expect? Okay, so the abilities that it has. Here we go, Daka, speed mob. There is also a grot gunner. Add 1 to heavy squig launcher's attack rolls. In fact, I think, yeah, so grot gunner is add 1 to heavy squig launcher's attack rolls. Riding shotgun. When this model shoots, it can throw grenades and fire with its pistols in addition to any other weapons, which again, I really like. Squig mine. Once per battle, at any point during this model's move, place a squig mine within 1 inch of this model and more than 3 inches from enemy models. Squig mine is represented by a squig mine model, but does not count as a model for rules purposes. From the start of the next phase, the squig mine is detonated when any unit, friend or foe, moves within 3 inches of it. Resolve detonation after the unit that detonated it finishes its move. Roll a d6. On a 2 to 3, 1 mortal wound on the unit that detonated it. On a 4 to 5, it inflicts d3 mortal wounds on the unit that detonated it, and on a 6, it inflicts 3 mortal wounds on the unit that detonated it. Remove the squig mine from the battlefield after it is detonated. Explodes. When wounds reduce to 0, roll a d6. On a 6, it explodes, and units within 3 inches suffer d3 mortal wounds. Now, of course, I will put all of that text in a comment below the video so you can read through it yourself. But I quite like that. I'm just going to say, I love the heavy squig launcher. I absolutely love the heavy squig launcher. In fact, let's just quickly, let's just go over that again quickly. So, every weapon is a 36-inch range, and the bile squig is 2d6, AP 0, damage 1, but always wounds on a 4+, hence the lack of a strength profile. Wounds vehicles and titanium units on a 6+. The bitey squig is assault 2, strength 5, AP minus 3, damage 2. And the boom squig is assault 2d3, strength 6, AP minus 1, damage d3. That, I love how versatile that is. That is really nicely versatile. There's a lot of potential to attack most stuff out of that, to be honest. I really like that as an idea, and I like the implementation of it. If this is what it looks like in the final release in the codex, then I think the heavy squig launcher is one of my new favourite kind of themed weapons. Having all these different squigs to lob at people is just, it's nicely orky, but it's not stupid. it's silly, but it's not useless, and that to me is pretty perfect. And I have to say, I don't have a huge amount of familiarity with shotguns in 40k. I don't think I've got any models that use them, but I do like the if target is within half range, add 1 to the weapon strength. I do like that. That's a nice touch. Having the Squig launcher be the same as the heavy Squig launcher, I'm now looking at it again. I'm wondering whether the Squig launcher won't have some sort of reduction in range as well when we see the full rules, like the finished rules for this. It's good. The thing is, it's like half as good, but the range is the same. I don't know why. There's just something about that makes me think maybe it will end up being half range as well, but we'll have to wait and see. The actual stats of the the actual stats of the vehicle, I think are alright. Yeah, I mean, movement 10, weapon skill 4, but skill 5, strength 5, toughness 6, wounds 9, 4 attacks, leadership 6, 4 plus save. Seems completely reasonable. Seems about right for a vehicle of that size, and seems about right for orcs as well. Yeah, I really do like this. I really like this Squigbuggy, and the Squig mine it's interesting. That's something that I'm looking forward to see in use. The only thing I'm not sure about is that it's only once per battle. But then again, having said that, once per battle doesn't seem like a lot, but that feels like a very good denial tool at the very least. And if someone does walk over it, I mean, of course, you've got to be careful because it's friend or foe, but if someone does walk over it, doing a mortal wound on the unit that detonated it is good. Doing D3 mortal wounds is nice. Doing just 3 mortal wounds is really nice. So, yeah, I think probably it does make sense for it to be once per battle because it is quite a strong denial tool, and it can do some pretty horrendous damage if you're lucky. Yeah, I mean, otherwise you could just like spam the shit out of it. I mean, if you take 3 Squigbuggies, you would be able to place down 3 Squig mines, which is pretty good. So yeah, it does. I think on reflection, it does make sense that it's once per battle. That does make sense. But yeah, that is the Rukkatrukk Squigbuggy stats and abilities. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Those of you who are orc aficionados and are still rocking your orc armies, let me know especially what you think of it, whether it's something you'll take as like an auto include at this point, or you're not sure about it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and of course if I get any more information on this stuff, I will obviously share it with you guys. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, video, Patreon, subscribe, all of that shit. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to, and I will see you for the next video. Toodaloo.